Can you see us?
Can you see
Can
us?
you see us? Give us a wave. Give us a wave. I'm going to jump in the other camera to wave that say.
Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome back.
How's it going?
Hope you enjoyed your Easter holidays. Who have we got in the building?
Who's in the building? And how was your Easter? Now,
Are you watching this back? Are you watching us back at another time? If you are, give us a little like down there. So yeah, I'm watching this back. It's not Easter anymore.
we want to see. We want to see who's taking part in our creative challenge today. Let us know.
All right. So shall we introduce ourselves?
Let's do it. So, what is my name? Don't know. It's Naughty. Yes, Elliot Naughty is my name.
And I'm NorteyPitcher.
And together we are NorteyPitcher.
Yes, we are. And we've got Arts with Kids. We do
are
art.
Going to be creating art, and you're going to be creating this. Do you see it?
Who knows what this one is? Who knows what this is?
Who's read this story? Who's read this story before?
It's Peter Rabbit.
Peter, the mischievous rabbit. We're going to be painting them. It's almost an Easter theme. Not Easter's gone. We're just still there.
And of course, we're art sippers. Yes. We also have a cheeky little sip.
It's important. So every time we press this bell, Belly the bell, you named it, we have a cheeky sip.
We've got some raspberry lemonade here, but you might actually have some juice, smoothie, a tea. Let us know what you're sipping.
What are you sipping? Is it good?
Very nice.
Lovely.
A bit too much. I brought it all down.
Bit of raspberry lemonade.
All right, so.
Sipping good.
Yeah. I'm going to introduce the tools.
Let's do it. So what do the sippers need? What do we need to create masterpieces?
So we are going to be painting with acrylic paints today. You can actually use watercolours or pens and pencils. You can totally do that. But we're going to be using acrylic paints today. What we're going to need is a canvas or a piece of paper. 3 paintbrushes. What's happened to my paintbrush?
You lost your paintbrush.
No.
That's all right. You lost it.
I've been using that one too much. So we need a big brush.
It's not just any brush. It's not just any brush. What is it?
The big brush.
The big brush. That's the one.
And this is used for the background mostly. Big areas of the canvas. So large areas of the canvas. Even maybe the jacket there. That's quite big. So we might use a big brush for that one. Up to you. So big brush. Then the medium brush. Now this is a filbert. It's got a little rounded edge there. That's really good for Peter's body. Peter the rabbit's body. You can be using that little medium brush. Then we have a small brush.
Little baby one. Little baby
one. This has got a tiny little tip to it. And this is for the smaller details. So things such as the eye here. With the little eye, the little reflection in the eye. The outline. A lot of the outline is done with this small brush. Maybe the carrots. A little bit smaller, isn't it? And the leaves and the carrot. And maybe these little dots around the butterflies and some of the details on the butterflies too. So we actually do use this brush quite a bit today. 3 brushes, a pencil, because we are going to sketch this today. This is not a paint by numbers today.
This is not a paint by numbers. We're really doing it step by step.
Rubber. We'll rub on the back of the pencil if you've got one. Paper towel. Really need it to wipe your brushes, dab off any excess water. Paper towel. Grab your paper towel. That's it.
Oh, having a sip already? What are you sipping? Oh, this is an important part. Sippers at home, do not sip on this. What's inside there?
It's just tap water with a bit of paint juice.
You do not want to sip on the paint juice. Throughout the show, you're going to be dipping your paintbrush in there to wash it off. This is not for sipping. This is for dipping. So make sure you don't pop that in your mouth by accident.
Dip,
if you do, let us know. Yeah, dip, don't sip. Dip, don't sip.
Okay, and then our acrylic paints. So if you have a virtual experience box, one of these at home,
well, hey, who's got one?
You can grab your brushes outside of that and grab your canvas, but then grab your little paints and squeeze a colour of each of these colours onto your palette. So we've got white. Nice little white paint.
Got white there.
Yep. Lemon yellow. So this is the bright yellow. Grab the bright yellow. Yellow ochre. So we've got the ochre. That's kind of a mustardy colour. A little bit more of a browny yellow. vermilion or orange. So grab an orange. Could be a cadmium orange. This is a vermilion here, so it's a little bit of a darker orange. Burnt sienna. Took me a while. I was like,
Just thinking about that. Just thinking about what colour it is.
burnt sienna or raw sienna. But it's lighter brown, and you can mix that with a darker brown too. So you can have both your browns if you want to. It's a darker brown. I've got two blues here. It depends on what blues you have at home. You might have a cerulean blue, so you can put a bit of cerulean blue. This is a very light kind of blue jacket, so cerulean blue would be a lighter version. But if you've only got phthalo blue, you can use phthalo blue and
Love a bit of phthalo.
Yeah, and just lighten it up with a bit of white. Then some black paint. Black paint. That's all for the paint. As well as all of that, we have actually got a competition.
Oh yes, we do. Little Sippers, are you excited for a competition? Of course you are.
Yes.
So, throughout the show, I'm going to be telling you some arty-facts. See how clever it is? Arty-facts. And I'll be telling you some dad jokes throughout the show for you guys to guess at home. This is for you to get answering, to get clever, to show the people around you that you are a clever clown. It's going to be all about Beatrix Potter. It's going to be all about Peter Rabbit. If you can guess correctly, well done you. And if you can answer correctly, you know what I might do? I might give you a cheeky little prize. I might put your name into a hat. But I want everyone who is here, once you create your masterpiece, to hashtag Art Sippers Kids Challenge on the socials. And we'll pick a winner to win one of our experience boxes. Don't you think that's quite good? So if you want to get one of our Art Sippers experience boxes, all you have to do at the end of the show, once you create your masterpiece, is hashtag Art Sippers Kids Challenge. Everyone's going to be a winner. But I want you to answer these dad jokes and trivia quizzes throughout the show and see if you're a clever clogs. Of course you are, because you're an Art Sippers kid. You're an Art Sippers kid. Tell them our one rule, Jojo.
Okay, we do have one rule at Art Sippers. It's our most important rule. It's our only rule, really.
You only have one rule.
And that is no judgment.
Oh, say it to the people in the back.
Try not to judge your work today throughout this whole process. It's a bit of art. It's supposed to be a bit of fun. Try not to be too hard on yourself. And if you are getting a little bit hard on yourself,
have a cheeky little sip.
Have a little sip.
Maybe two sips if you need. I'll have a little sip while you're talking about that. There we go. Cheeky little sip.
So yeah, no judging, and no judging anyone else's work as well. No laughing at your siblings' work or your friends' work. Just hone in on your own work today.
100%. This is going to be an emotional roller coaster. Ups and downs. You're going to love it. Sometimes you're like, oh, what's going on? We will take you through it. So you're going to make sure you come out with something you're very proud of at the end.
Oh, did you want to do it all mine?
Yeah, let's do it. So throughout the show, we want to make sure that you're in a good headspace, good zen, peace, happiness. How do you do that? You get up on your feet, guys. You get up on your feet like this. Like me, stand up, drop your tools down. I want everyone to just shake it out. Shake out for a second. Just shake it out. All those knots and tensions, just shake it out. Get them all out. There we go. And once you've got them out, stretch out high on your tippy toes. And then I want you to breathe in and breathe out. And then shake it out. Shake it out, all about. And then let's go again. Shake it, loosey goosey. On your tiptoes. Look, I'm out of shot now. Hands up in the air, breathe in, shake out. There you go. One more time, you gonna do it? Come on, let's do it. One more time. Stand up, give it a little shimmy. Hands up on your tippy toes, breathe in, and let it go. Whew, let it go. That's the wrong song. Wrong song. Have a sip, guys. Have a sip. Let's get on with our sippers.
Okay, let's start sketching.
Sketchy.
Sketchy. So we're going to do kind of like an egg shape for the head here, but can you see it's like an egg shape on its side? So we're going to do a little shape here, a little oval. I'm going to go up here a little bit, maybe to the right ever so slightly, and do like an egg round about here.
Easter egg, you're doing an egg. I see what you've done
there. There we go. Easter egg. Kind of on its side a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to do this quite hard in pencil, but you can do it quite light if you want to. And then while we're at it, let's do a cross through the egg, through the middle again. That can be really gentle. Do that really gentle in pencil. because we're going to rub that. That's just a little grid line. Peter Rabbit doesn't have a cross through his face.
No, he doesn't. Has anyone read Peter Rabbit? Anyone read Peter Rabbit?
Okay. Now, Peter Rabbit has a tiny little nose here. Let's do this tiny little nose. It's almost like a little U shape that sticks out just ever so slightly. So finding this line, right over in this corner, we're going to do that little U shape that kind of comes over here like that. So tiny little nose, little hook. Okay, and we're going to do this little bit here, down and turn it into a mouth. So we're going down from that nose, coming out and going just down, doing a mouth. So this is a little bit on the outside of the circle, the egg shapes. We're coming down and give them a little smile. There we go.
Got a happy little rabbit there.
And you can do a bigger smile if you wanted to. Let's do the chin. So we're just coming down, and you can fluff out the rest of the face. So we've got the little nose coming out here. Do the chin coming down, and you can kind of fluff it out a little bit for a fluffy face. You can see it's going zigzaggy a little bit all the way around. So that's nice. Let's do a little eye. It's quite easy to do. It's on top of this middle line, in the middle. So we're going to do a circle like this. Not too big, not too small. It goes about halfway up. So do that little nose, come down to do the mouth, a bit of a chin, then the eyes, so do a big circle. Now you can do a little circle inside there, like this one here. Can you see that? It's got a little black pupil. Let's do that. I'm going to actually do it a little bit down, so like over in this corner a little bit. Looks really weird right now. Doesn't look like Peter Rabbit right now, but it's fine.
That's what we say, no judgment. Don't judge your artwork just yet. Slow steady wins the race. Saying that, there is a rabbit in that story, isn't it? There's a hare.
Yeah, there
Hare and a
is.
tortoise.
We're going to do this ear here, which is a big kind of round and then down back to the circle. So we can start here. So come, you see this little segment of the circle here? Come about halfway down. So all the way from here to here, find the halfway mark. Do a little marker like that. So from here to here, find the halfway mark on this curve. Do a marker, and that's here on the ears. And we're going to go up, round, and down. So we're going to go up, kind of round, and down. That's one big ear. We'll do that again. So we're going to go up, start curving round, so it goes a little bit across and around and down. It's okay if yours isn't exactly like mine, they're all different shapes. And then starting from about, again, maybe halfway between these two, go up, curve round, and then join it back to this ear. So big hook all the way around, curvy line. Two big ears now.
For those two big ears, I think you needed two big sips for that. There we go.
Sip, sip.
Have two big sips.
Saying that, I didn't really finish the eye. I'll do that in a minute. Let's do the inside ear here. So it's like a V shape, like this. Do a big V. And then just curve it round. And that's the inside of the ear. So a little V, and then curve it round. Okay, let's finish that eye because we didn't do this little eyelash here and the corner of the eye. Let's do that. Let's do the corner of the eye going down, little line going down there, curving it round. And then a couple of eyelashes, actually 3. 1, 2, 3.
Like an odd number. You can have 4 if you like, but we do like an odd number.
Now we've just added a couple of butterflies and stuff around here and a little carrot, but you can do whatever you want. He could be running with an Easter egg in his hand, maybe.
Oh,
Or maybe some bees. Maybe you want to do some bees instead of butterflies. Or maybe you want to do some grass and some flowers. Leave it up to you. Have a think about that.
Have a think, guys. Have a think.
Do you want to go in with a joke?
I want to give you some information, guys.
What's
I'll give you
that?
some information. So, did you know that it's 120 years of mischief of Peter Rabbit? 120 years. This is the birthday year.
Cool.
It marks 120 years since the tale of Peter Rabbit was first officially published by Beatrice Potter. Did you know that? Did you know that, Sippers? I'm going to give you. I'm actually going to give
So
you.
he's actually older than all of us.
He's older than all of us. He's older than all
He
of
looks
us.
quite good, doesn't he?
He looks
120.
That's great.
Let's do this bit here. The jacket, the coat, the little blue coat. So we're going to find a part on our circle and we're going to do this big shape here, which is almost like a kind of wavy rectangle. So going down here, coming across, and then going back. Let's try that. So start from this line here. We're going to go down a little bit. Do a little marker if you want. And we're going down. You can do it a little bit wavy. It could be blowing in the wind a little bit.
Bit of wavy. I like a wavy one.
So you go a little bit wavy. So we're going down from this point, going down a little bit wavy. Now we're going to curve this round. So we've gone wavy, going down, curving it round, not too thick. And then we're going to go up, and we're going to go all the way up, a bit wavy again, but to the bottom of this circle, this line here. You see the bottom of this line? You go all the way up. Actually, you can go from here and join it if you want to. Either way. Do it wavy again if you want.
It's almost like a cake.
Yep, he's now superhero.
Super Rabbit. So yeah, he first appeared in the tale of Peter Rabbit in 1902. 1902. That's incredible. So 120 years of a famous rabbit.
Whoa.
Famous rabbit.
Great. Okay, we're going to leave that there right now. I know we've got to add an arm and an arm here, but let's just do the body part of Peter Rabbit first, and then we can add the arm afterwards and this arm over the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to start from the jacket. We're going to find like a little marker on the jacket, and we're going to curve round, and we're going to do a big round loop. Forget this leg. We're going to do we're going to do the main part of the body. We're going to go a big loop all the way round. Forget this leg too, and we're going to go all the way up underneath the chin. So we're starting from here, where the jacket is, curving round, big round loop, going up a little bit wavy here, and then in. Okay, let's try. So on this jacket, you can find kind of maybe the halfway mark again. And then you can go around. So we're going round in a big loop like this. This little belly here, going up, coming in and under the chin. So I have gone a bit wavy here, I've gone in a little bit for the neck area, out a little bit for the chest area, and then big round.
Nice, I like that. So it doesn't have to be straight, nice wobbly line if you need to.
Yeah, it can be as wobbly as you want. This bit's quite rounded, a little bit wobbly there, so it goes in at the neck, a little bit further out for the chest. So a little bit in, out for the chest, and then kind of down really.
This is a lovely one to give to the parent. I think this is a great one. I think your parents would love this. Oh, pop it in your room.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, Nan.
Mums
Nan, I
and
think will love this.
120-year-old. Great nuns.
Great Nan. Give us your...
Should we do the arms? Let's do the arms.
Let's do it. Give us some arms.
Okay, so I'm going to do a little, so in your jacket area, just going to do a little L shape like that.
Nice.
That's
No
the
L's
elbow.
today. No L's today. It's just straight W's. We're going to be winning today.
So it's a bit like that's the elbow, a bit like an L, and then up like this, and then in. So there's our little arm. You can rub this little line out if that helps. So that is the jacket behind, arms on top. So you can do that. Quite easy. That's the little. Do a little hand as well if you want. Just a little paw even. Funny paw.
Yeah, do rabbits have hands or paws? You tell me, little sippers, hands or paws? What do you think? Paws up.
That's one arm. Let's do the other leg here. So, can you see that? Just did a little line, go down, and then across. Do another little pull. Just like a C shape. Keeps getting out of focus.
Remember, if you like this and want to paint more with the Art Sippers Kids family, we've got loads of these on YouTube. You know what you can do? You can go subscribe, go find it. We're all there. We're all there. All our goodies. We've done loads. Do you remember what we've done now? Go on, tell me what we've done before.
Among Us.
Among Us, we have.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yes, that was a good one. The
Mickey
Gruffalo.
and Minnie Mouse. The Gruffalo.
Yes.
Star Wars. So did Baby Yoda and Darth Vader.
Well done, yeah, we did.
What else have we done?
Sonic.
Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
We
We've done loads.
have.
So if you like any of those, go to our YouTube channel and just have a little gander. Totally free.
Let's do this leg here. So we're going out and then we're doing a big foot. So we're going curve round, out. So do this. So maybe come underneath the arm, come down a little bit and do a big leg like that. Do that shape first. So can you see it's a little curve, hook.
It's like a hooked number 7.
Yeah, curvy number 7.
Curvy 7.
Or like a walking stick.
Or a little cane, yeah.
Little candy cane.
Or a candy cane, yeah.
And now we're going to do the foot, which comes out like a big foot, like that. And you just join it up to the body here. Do a little heel. So go curve out in a big wide foot that curves round and goes up and then does a little heel. So this first leg curves out around, kind of parallel to this line here. Down, round, in and up.
Told you, we're going to make you sketch this all out. It's going to be worth it. Once you've got this sketch, you can get creative with it.
Okay, so we've done this leg. We want to do this leg now. So you've got that curvy kind of knee coming round and up here. Then we do this big foot coming down. So let's do this curve here first, all the way around like that. It's like a big U. You can kind of start in the middle here and do that big U.
So where's Peter Rabbit running to? He looks like he's bashing somewhere.
So you can make a story around it yourselves. You can decide where he's running. Okay, now let's do this big foot. So it comes down, big U shape again. And then up and curve it back round to the body.
Nice. Basically got the shape of him right now, haven't you?
Yeah. There's a couple of things we're missing, some butterflies, and the whiskers and the carrot.
Before that, let me see if people can tell me. This is actually a fact. So, did you know this? Did you know this? Foodie favorites, foodie favorites. So, most rabbits love a carrot. They love a carrot. But apparently, our man here, Peter, he's got a different favourite food. Do you know what it is? What is his favourite food? Nibbles. He loves it. If you can tell me, I'll be very proud of you. Be very, very proud of you, little sippers. Let me know. What's our Peter's favourite dish? And that's a him. That's a him.
Dish. Oh, what did we forget?
Oh.
Let's put that in now because I will forget that. Little bunny tail, little fluffy white tail. Do that. And you can do the carrot now. So you can come down, do it at a point, and then bring it back up. So it's a bit like a V, a bit more of a curved V. Fancy V. So you can come down, go in at a point, and then up. You can do some leaves for the carrot at the top. These are just wiggly leaves. 4 of them. Some of them overlap onto the arm. So they're just at the top here, in between the arm and the hand. Do a little wavy shape. I just do a couple of wavy shapes. Doesn't matter too much. Do wavy. And then have some coming down over the arm. Wavy. And over the hand, maybe. Wavy. And a couple of whiskers. 1, 2, 3. Do a few. And there we go. We've got Peter Rabbit. Now, you, as I said, you can add your own butterflies or your bees. Butterflies are quite easy to do. You just do the butterfly's body with antennas, like that.
I like that. That's nice and easy. You made it look nice and easy.
So you do a big, long, thin shape with a couple of lines and dot at the top. I'm sure a lot of you have drawn butterflies before. And then they've got 4 wings. But they kind of look like 2 wings. They're actually 4 usually. 1, 2, and just do a little shape. Go out and up, and then down, and then back in.
We just saw a butterfly before, didn't we?
We did. We've seen a friendly one in the garden today.
Oh, I love it. I love a butterfly.
And you can do your curved. You can do them a bit more curved. You can do them a bit sharper. You can be sharp wings instead. You can do your favourite butterfly. You might want to do a peacock's butterfly. Up to you. And you can do the little trail of where it's been flying too. I'm not going to draw them all in now. I might paint some a bit later. But I think we should get painting.
I think we should.
Rub out a couple of bits though. That cross in the middle of the face. You don't want that anymore, so give that a good rub. Don't want that cross in the face.
Because your rabbit isn't cross. So for
Also that little line there where the leaves are over the arm line. And this bit here, sorry, just here and here. There we go. Just want to rub that line out there so you've got that leg. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, go for it.
So, little sippers, I want you to tell me what was Peter Rabbit's favourite dish. And I said that on purpose because it was a dish that I was looking for. His favourite food is a radish.
Ah.
Did you get that? If you did, round of applause.
So you can put a radish instead.
You can actually. Let's go.
Yeah, they don't look too different actually. I put carrot there. Well done. Okay, should we get painted?
Let's do it. Are you ready, guys? Make sure you take a picture of your sketch before so that we can have a progress picture of your before and after. Always good to see your progress. We love to see it, and I know that you would too. So take a picture of your before, and let's take a picture of your after. Post it in to the Art Sippers Kids Club on Facebook. We want to see your before and afters. Make sure you do it. Make sure you do it. We want to see.
Okay, we're grabbing a medium brush, get it slightly wet. And let's make a kind of light brown colour. Now you can take some white to the side Pull some white to the side. And you can touch a tiny bit of this burnt sienna colour in there. A little bit more. And you'll start getting a reddy brown colour. A little bit more in. Start to see a brown coming together. Add a bit more. Keep adding a little bit by a little bit. You want not too dark. A light reddy brown colour. And I actually like to add a little bit of yellow ochre into this colour too. Give it slightly warmer tone. A bit more. Mix it all in, and you'll have the colour Peter Rabbit's body coming together.
So what kind of colour would you call that?
It's like a beigey colour, beigey brown. There we go. So I'll tell you which ones I added again. I took some white to the side. I added some burnt sienna, or sienna, and then a little bit of yellow ochre, which is a mustard colour. Mix it all together, and you'll get this colour. Now you want to make a bit of this up because we need to paint the whole of Peter's body, most of it anyway. And I'll show you which parts we're going to paint. We're going to paint the face, the ears. The inside ear is actually a bit of a lighter shade. We're going to paint this back leg and the feet, this back, the back leg there, and then the paws. We're leaving this bit here in the middle for now. We're going to lighten this colour up and add a bit of that colour in the middle too.
Oh, I've got a joke for you little sippers. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
How do rabbits travel to other countries? How do they travel? Think about it. What type of vehicle could they use? Tip. See if you guys can get it at home. I know you can because you're clever. Clever sippers. See if you can get it.
Okay, so start painting that face. Now you're not going to get too much definition right now. We're going to go in with the small brush and add some fluff afterwards. But this is going to be a nice base layer.
Base, for the base.
For the base. If it's looking a little bit too brown, you can add more of your ochre yellow in there. You can add a little bit more of the yellow in there. Around the eye, don't paint the eye.
Around the eye, not in the eye.
The nose, if it's a bit too small for some areas like the nose, you can always move to your smaller brush. Painted over the mouth, but we will bring that back.
And is that with a medium brush?
Yep. Do the ears. So you're just using the very, very tip of your medium brush right now. Paint on the pencil. So if you see the pencil, paint all the way up to and on that pencil line. So you don't have to have that grey border. So I might paint that nose in a minute with the small brush. And then paint down here on the back leg. Okay.
Where would you little sippers travel if you could? Where would you travel? Where would you travel to?
Time travel.
Oh, that's a great one. That's a great one. I like that. Never heard that one before.
Oh,
Time travel.
Okay, so I did this whole back leg area, and this bit starts to go a bit white. Can you see? So we're just doing this area here. And we'll do the white bit in a minute. This back leg here.
So I'll give you a bit of time now to think about the question. Do you think you have got it right? How do rabbits travel to other countries? It was a form of transport I was looking for. I'm trying to give you a little tip. I didn't want to show you. Bit of a tip. Do you know what it was? It was a hairplane. It was a hairplane. You get it? You get it? If you didn't, don't worry. There'll be better ones coming along.
There we go. And the little paws, the hands. Oh, I've got the other end. If your brush is too clogged up, you just need to give it a good wipe and then get less paint on it so you can get some definition. Just get paint over that pencil line there. Once you've done that, get your small brush. You need to do the nose if you didn't do the nose. Try and get that nose. Very, very small amount of paint on the small brush. There we go. Go. That's the base layer.
You got the base.
Yep. What we want to do is paint this bit like a very, very off-white now. This belly part. So underneath, oh, I just smashed all my paint in. Underneath, you want to paint that bit kind of an off-white colour. So wash your brush for me.
And every time you dip, what have you got to do? I want you all to have a cheeky little sip. What are you sipping? What are you sipping on?
Okay, wash my brush, dab it on my paper towel. So you can kind of paint your paper towel to get out any of that paint in between the bristles.
Do you know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling like quite optimistic that you guys are gonna do really well today. So I did that.
I like it.
Funny. Yeah, I'm so good at jazz. It's getting better and better.
Take some white to the side. Don't need too much, but take a little blob of white to the side. And what I want you to do is just mix a tiny weeny bit of this paint into this white blob. If you don't see any change, then add a little bit more. You don't want it to be a dark colour, you just want it to be slightly off-white. There we go. So you can see it's not exactly white. It's got a tiny brown tinge to it, a beigey tinge. And when you've done that, use that paint and paint that whole belly in. And what I want you to do is kind of blend it in, this paint into the paint that we've already painted. So this bit here,
so we're doing a bit of
blend
blending.
it in. Yeah, so kind of rub it out onto the leg a little bit. If it's not blending very well, you can just bring some of that other paint back and blend it in. So you just kind of smudge them together. This is the white belly. Slightly off-white.
Very trendy colour, off-white.
A little off-white. Carry on painting it all the way up. to the chin area. Make sure it's all the way up to that chin area. Around the little bunny paw, little feet.
While you're blaming it, I've got another one for you guys. See if you can get this at home. What does a rabbit buy from the bakers? From the bakery, what would he get? What would a rabbit buy? You might have got this during Easter. That's a tip. What does a rabbit get at the bakery? Have a think and let me know.
Paint the ear as well. Inside ear. Oh. So put your kind of off-white belly there. We'll put a bit more white on it later. I think we should add a little bit more white to the face and to the legs. So using this same colour, if you need to make a bit more up, take some white, use a bit of this colour here. So you want it like an off-white. Very, very slightly off-white. Make some more up. We're going to use our small brush now. Get your small brush. Don't know if you saw that. A little drip of water into that colour. So drop a little puddle of water, just a couple of drops, 1 or 2 drops, into that white that we just made. Remember that colour? Where is it? There it is. Yep. Mix that in so it's a runny white. It's a little runny white now, so it's not so thick. It's nice and runny. And we're going to use this white just to do a couple of little fluffy parts all over. So we've got a bit more white. Can you see the little tiny strokes there?
Oh, they're really delicate.
Very delicate. We're just going to do that with a little bit of this white colour. You could do it tiny little fluffy fur. Not too much. Just use the top of the brush. Very, very small tip of it. Add a bit of fluff in there. So you're doing tiny little strokes. Lots of them. So little strokes here. Tiny little strokes. All over the body. So it's going to lighten his body, but you'll be able to see them because it's a darker colour underneath. This is just a little bit patient to go tick, 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 tick.
Do you have to make that noise as well? Do you have to make that noise?
You don't have to.
It helps, apparently.
It helps. Maybe you want a bit more on the foot here at the front. Thumper.
That's another famous bunny, isn't it? Thumper.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of any other famous rabbits?
I can. Bugs Bunny.
Oi, there we go.
Can you think of any?
It's the most famous bunny, do you think?
Oh, this one and Peter Rabbit and Bugs Bunny, probably.
I think they're up there. I do think they're up there.
Tiny little strokes. Let's do some on the face maybe too. So you can do some around the eyes, going down to the nose. Fluff, fluff, fluff. Maybe round the corner here. Fluff, fluff, fluff. If it gets less runny, if your paint starts to thicken up again, you can just add a little bit more.
So you're going to be really delicate in these areas. They're like building up the texture, but it does make a really big effect.
Mm-hmm.
So I threw out to you little sippers. The question was, what does a rabbit buy from the bakery? Did you get it? A hot cross bunny.
Yeah.
If you got that right, well done you. Well done.
Keep with them. If you need a little bit more water in the tank, a bit more water in there. Keep going with that little strokes. Just going to give, as Elliot said, a little bit more texture. Going to look a little bit more fluffy. Fluff, 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 fluff. Maybe you want some on the ears too. Go all the way up the ears. The ears look like one big kind of conjoined one, but when we do the outline, that will look better. Bit more fluff around here. Little tiny lines. Good and fluffy. We painted over the whiskers, but we've got to remember to put them back.
I think it's a bit of thirsty work. Have you guys had a sip recently? Have a cheeky sip.
Okay, I think we've got some of that fluff. Maybe we'll go for some darker colours now. Just go a bit darker.
I think so. Why not? Let's give it a try.
Wash your medium brush. We're going to go a little bit darker now. Not too dark. Take a little bit of white to the side. And we'll add some burnt umber, so the darker brown in there. And you're going to get a nice chocolatey brown mixed with white, which just gives a little bit of a lighter version. Not too dark. And again, I do like to mix a tiny bit of the yellow in here just to make it slightly different. Can you see it's darker shade though than this colour here? Just going to add this around some of the ear area. And I'll show you where. So it's a little bit darker near the tail at the back there, so his back there. A little bit on this leg here. At the bottom of the head. And then around the ears, the inner ear and the top of the ear. A couple of little fluffy bits there. Let's use that small brush again. We'll go in with the small strokes. Again, you can get a bit of water, a little puddle of water to make it go a little bit runny.
It does. It really helps it get onto the canvas nice and smooth.
Yeah. So when,
that, what are you sippers using? Are you using a canvas, paper, canvas board? What kind of medium are you using today to create your masterpiece?
if it's not dark enough, you can just add a bit more brown. So I'm just going to do a couple of little dots here, a little fur again. Starting kind of at the back, maybe a little bit on the foot. Keeping small strokes still. If it's too dark, you can just add a bit of white to it.
So we're laying these colours on top to give a nice little shadowy effect.
Maybe a little bit on the knee here.
And this is all with a small brush?
Yep, just little dabs.
Dab, dab, dab.
Dabs on the foot. Now, if you are more advanced, you can look online and use a reference photo. So this is used as for a reference photo. I didn't make this one. Well, I put the butterflies in, but
you made it your own with the butterflies. And that's what we want you sippers to do too. You can add it, you can change it up.
yeah, you can make it your own. I kind of used a reference photo for this one today. That was from online. And you can check out, you can look Peter Rabbit on Google. You'll see the same image and you can use that and you can do it as close to real life as the picture even as you like. So I'm just going to paint in the pores here. And then let's do some on the face, maybe around the bottom of the face here. It's going blurry. Keeps auto-focusing, that's what that the next one. There we go. Couple of little, let's do some on the ears. So do some up here. Around that. Little corner there. There we go. Up on the top of the ears. Maybe to separate the ears a little bit there. Top of the ear. Couple more strokes on the top of the ear. Doesn't look right when he hasn't got his eye coloured in, so we'll have to paint that in to make Peter look better.
Make him look a bit more realistic.
I know, his eyes disappeared into nothingness right now.
I've got a joke based on what we were saying before, so hopefully someone might get this one. Okay, let's see. Let's slow it down. Let's slow this one down. Because I want you to get this. We just spoke about this, so this should be an easy one. Very easy. Okay. What do you get when you cross an insect and a rabbit? An insect and a rabbit. Those two things together, what do you get? What do you get? Come on, little sippers. Make it happen. Make it happen. I believe in you.
And you can, if you want, just mix from all the different browns that you've actually made. So you can go a little bit darker in some areas, and then you might want to use the medium one again and go over some of them. You can overlap them a little bit, and you'll get a texture of all these different browns to make him look a little bit more fluffy. So little strokes there, and then you might want to go for the medium colour. And then the light colour, bring some more of that light in there. And that'll give you all the little shadows and highlights that you would get on a bunny. You get all the little highlights for some of the hairs, but then some of the hairs are dark and deeper. So you can play around with that. Let's do the eye because we need to wake Peter up.
Have a cheeky sip, guys. Cheeky little sip.
I actually like to use a bit of the sienna, the raw sienna, mixed with a tiny touch of orange for the eye. So he's got brown eyes. So brown, the burnt sienna, raw sienna, raw sienna, and the orange, vermilion. And you can paint a nice brown eye. So I'm going to paint the whole circle. We've lost the pupil right now, but we'll get that back.
We'll find it. Looks quite scary with that colour.
It does, doesn't it?
Really does.
So we get the eyelashes and the black. Okay. And we've got Judith in the room. Hey, Judith.
Sending love to our sippers. We've got big sippers and little sippers. Remember to join us in the sippers family. We've got the art sippers for the adults, and we've got the art sippers kids for little ones. But we can mix and match. It doesn't matter. If you want to join the family, find us on Facebook, Art Sippers Kids Club, and Sippers Society for the big sippers.
You can do a tiny touch of black in the middle of the eye. Can you see that? So we've got a tiny little circle there. And then we've got the outline, which we're going to do the outline in a minute, and the whiskers.
Nothing is guaranteed.
You can do a little black dot in the middle of the eye. We'll do the outline shortly. Let's just get this little black dot. I actually don't do it right in the middle. I do it a little bit
Off centre.
off centre, kind of in the
Towards
bottom.
nose,
Yeah,
that.
because I'm getting him to look at the butterfly that's kind of in front. You can do it straight out if you wanted to. There we go.
Love it.
Let's do the coat.
Before you do the coat,
Yeah.
let's see if anyone's got the answer to this question. So I threw it out to you, little suckers. I think it was an easy one. I just want to know, what do you get when you cross an insect and a rabbit? Insect, rabbit. Rabbit, insect. What'd you get? Bugs Bunny!
Hey!
Bugs, you said it. I told you.
You said it earlier.
Did you get that right? If you did, give yourself a little cheeky pat.
Okay, take some white to the side. You can use your cerulean blue or phthalo blue. Just make a lighter blue. Not too light. We don't want it baby blue, but we want it lighter than the cerulean blue that you've got there. When you've got a nice kind of sky blue colour, you can paint the whole jacket. There.
It's a striking blue, that is.
I'm using the medium brush for this.
Medium brush, okay.
So I'm painting over the pencil. Make sure you try and paint over the pencil.
So if you can still see the pencil, do you need to do a picture?
Just paint up and over the line. If you can still see it through, you might need to do another layer.
Has anyone seen the Peter Rabbit moving?
Who said moving?
Moving?
No, movie.
Moving?
That's quite new, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's been two.
There's been two.
There's actually been two. Has anyone seen the first one and the second one? So the first one, it came out in 2018.
Oh wow, is it that long ago?
Yeah, so 4 years ago. Started his own little blockbuster, Peter Rabbit, and then there was another one that came out last year. And it's called Peter Rabbit, The Runaway, and that's what he's doing right now. He's running away.
Running.
So this could be for a second movie.
Nicking all the carrots out of
All the
Peter's
radishes,
garden.
all the radishes, because
and
he
the
loves a
radishes.
radish.
Yeah. Okay. Take one more. And if you're colouring in, go around all of the little leaves on the carrot that we painted. And then this armpit. Don't worry, it's all going to come together when we do that outline.
That's why there's no judgment. We take it slow and steady.
If it's hard to get into them corners, you can just use a small brush.
Get those details.
A little bit harder to get into a corner when you've got a filbert brush because it's round, so you can't use the edge.
Makes sense.
So you just grab a tiny touch of that same blue, use a small brush and do the little corners there. There we go.
I like it because Easter kind of special, but you can also hang this up for all year round. To be fair,
Yeah.
Because it's Peter. Because it's Peter Rabbit.
Okay.
Artwork just not for Easter.
If you wanted it darker in certain areas on the jacket, if you wanted a bit more shading, you can just add in the blue.
Ah, that's a good idea.
So it doesn't have to be all block one colour. Say maybe it's a little bit shaded under and around the arm. Just put in some of that in while it's still wet. Okay. Right, should we wait? Take Peter Rabbit up with a proper eye and an outline now.
I think so. And have a little sip while you're doing it because Josie's having a dip. So while she's dipping, you gotta be sippy. Okay. So whilst you're having a little cheeky sip, I want to throw out a question to you sippers. If you've seen Peter Rabbit, you'll know that Peter Rabbit doesn't get up to all of his shenanigans by himself. Can you name some of the other characters in Peter Rabbit? There's a few. If you can name all, I think there's 6 of them. I think there's 6.
Characters.
You get a Brucey bonus. Brucey bonus. Can you name all 6?
Okay, grab some of your darkest brown, burnt umber, and add a tiny, tiny touch of black in there. So it's going to be a really dark brown now.
I was close. There's 7 characters, not including Peter Rabbit.
Oh, it says what?
7 more.
So mix that. I popped a little bit of water on my brush to make it a little bit runnier. We want this to be a bit runnier. So do what I did last time. Get a couple of drops of water again. Make a little puddle. Mix it in.
It's the only time you're allowed to make a puddle inside the house, so go for it.
Mix it in. You want runny, watery, not too watery, but quite watery paint. So you grab your brown, you grab your black, and then you pop some drops of water in there. Little puddle in your palette. Mix it in. So you get runny paint. Because we need runny paint when we're doing the outline. There you go. Try and keep it mixed in one little area. Grab your small brush. You don't need this medium brush anymore. Use your small brush. We're going to do an outline around the whole of the bunny. So you think it's kind of done in black, but actually it's very dark brown. And we're going to do around the jacket here and the paws. Maybe you can even do them paws again. And then we want to do an outline here. But can you see that it's not straight? It's not dead straight when it's on the fur here. So when we're on Peter Rabbit, it's a little bit more kind of broken. Some of the lines are a little bit broken, a little bit more fluffier. So it doesn't have to be completely straight. You can go a bit fluffy and broken with it, which is great then. There's not so much pressure to get a straight line. So get your small brush, dip the tip, and then here we go. Let's start here. So I'm going to do the outline here. So you can see it's a little bit broken, a little bit more fluffy. Small little lines, kind of joint together. There's one outline. Go around the leg. So I'm going to come down a little bit further and then go down the leg.
We're starting to come together with that nice little outline.
It is. Starts to look a little bit better. And you can carry on adding the fluff for as long as you want. You don't have to stop when I did. You might want to take your time at home, and maybe you're catching up with this over the last part of your Easter holidays.
That's a good point.
Maybe you're out.
Easter holidays are? I'm not sure. They're different for everyone.
Different, yeah, it's different for different places, I think. Do a little bit underneath, come up there. Do the bit of fit. Doesn't have to be too perfect. Do the back. Now the jacket is a little bit smoother with its lines. The jacket isn't fluffy yet, so you want a straight line here. That's straight.
So the same colour?
Yep, the brown. Oh, don't do that. Don't get too much on your paintbrush.
Less is more.
You won't get a nice thin line. So you just want it on the very, very tip. There we go. Don't forget to go around the paw too. That's fluffy. It's a bit broken. I'm adding a little bit more brown. Do the jacket this side. So you ran out of paint, we need to dip again. There we go. You can move your canvas around wherever you need to get that line straight. Don't forget the little arm. She probably would have painted over a little bit, but you can bring that big L shape back. Remember we did that L shape?
So try your best to have a steady arm to do the outline of the jacket. It really does make it look even more super.
Perfect. Don't forget the little fluffy tail. I like to do tiny little lines. Fluff it out, little lines going out.
I also like the little indentations you've done on the jacket. They make it a bit
Yeah.
more lifelike.
So a couple of creases.
Those creases, yeah, they look great.
So you can do a couple of lines and creases on the jacket.
Makes it look like he's on the run. Because he is.
He is on the run. You can even do some over here. Do around the hand here. We didn't paint the carrot, but we will in a minute. So do an outline for the carrot. And the leaves of the carrot. Just a wobbly couple of leaves. Wobble out here over the chest area.
You can see how it changes when you do the outline. It really does give more emphasis on Peter.
It does. Wait till we get to the face. So you can see that this is kind of coming together now. Face now. So let's do the face. Now we're going to give it a bit of a fluffy chin as well. Give Peter a bit of a fluffy chin. So let's do the mouth first. Little smile. And then we're going to go underneath the chin, but we're actually going to do short little strokes, broken strokes, fluffing out just an ever so slightly. Tiny little. You see how that's a little bit broken? It's quite straight here. Little tiny nose. Remember we did the nose? On the head. Again, a little bit fluffy on the head. If your paint's drying up, add a bit more water in. Mine is, and it's not running as smooth. Get a bit more water.
Every time you do it, what have you got to do? Have a cheeky sip, sippers. I'm feeling it.
Okay, so we're nearly done with the outline. We've got the ears and the eye to do now. It's the outline of the ears. In there. And then up here. And inside ear. Around the outside here. And then the eye. We want to go around that eye. This is the hard bit. That's why I don't talk.
Concentration face now.
Oh.
Everyone does it when they focus. They either hold their breath, they stick out their tongue, they frown, or they do all three. What do you do?
Don't forget the eyelashes.
So is that three? You're going to do three? Nice.
See? His face has come out.
It's looking
now.
good.
Could do a little bit more of a dark nose if you wanted to. Now you can go in, wash your brush completely. Where's my medium brush?
Go walkies.
You can go in with your medium brush and just add a little bit of white. So we didn't use white on the belly. We use that kind of off-white, but you can go in with some white now.
Where are you going to pop this?
Just a little bit on the belly here. So you can do tiny little dabs. I'm using my medium brush. You can use your small brush if you want, but I'm using the medium brush and I'm using the very, very tip of it. And just dab in white all over. And you should be able to see the texture difference ever so slightly.
Oh yeah, it really does. So you like dabbing it on rather than painting it?
Yeah, just dab, 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 like little strokes.
Cheeky dabs.
Just adding a bit more white there. Just
It's a nice
the
bit of
belly
texture.
area.
I really like it.
Because it's just an off-white underneath, you can see it. Oh, and don't forget the tail.
Ah, it does make it look more fur-like.
Yeah, just a little bit more. You can add little bits of it all over the place if you want to. You can add a bit more. Oh, we didn't do the dark bits on the thing. I'll do that too. Just a little bit of white on the face, around the eye maybe.
Oh, nice.
A little bit maybe on the chin.
This makes it look a little bit more 3D, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a bit of a highlight. So you can add as much white as you want. Different areas. Oh, that's a bit overkill. Let's do these tiny little feet.
Happy feet.
The brown we just used, I was supposed to do that at the end of that. So let's do the brown that we just used and do the little happy feet.
Happy feet's not a bunny though, is he?
No. Happy feet is
Oh.
what?
It's a penguin.
It's a penguin, that's it.
Yes.
Why did I forget that?
Speaking of bunnies, bunnies on here.
Do the little feet. You can use a small brush, you can use a medium brush. Just gonna give little shoes.
Is that with a medium brush?
Yeah, you can use a small brush if you feel more comfortable. Just doing a little round. Just going down
So are these
and around the toes.
shoes or are these just his feet?
I think they're shoes.
They look like little sliders.
Just got little, yeah. Slippers on. Got a coat on.
Fair
Little
play.
blue jacket, isn't he?
It's got her outfit. Swagged out. I like it.
Should we do the carrot?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
We've got orange already. You can use the orange that you've got there. If you want your orange to be a bit lighter, you can add some yellow. And it'll go a bit lighter. If you want to do a radish, do a radish. If you want to do an Easter egg, you can do an Easter egg. Radishes are a bit more purple, so not orange.
Do you know what? I don't think we've had a radish in a long time.
We used to get them. I used to put them in our
In our salads, didn't we?
salads a lot.
Yeah, I
But
haven't had one for a long
it
time.
did stop actually. I don't know why we stopped.
I do like a radish. Nice and crispy and fresh.
And green. We haven't got green on our palette, but do you know how we make
How do we
green?
make green? Come on, Sibbs, you know this. You know this.
Primary colours. 2 primary colours mixed together.
Just two. Just two. That's all you need.
Colours. Yellow and blue.
Easy
That's the
peasy.
mixed green. So take yellow to the side. Mix some blue in there. And you get green. If you want it darker, you just keep adding more blue. If you want it lighter, you add more yellow. So completely up to you what colour green you want. If you want it even darker, you add dark blue. So you can really change the colours of your greens depending on the blue you use and how much yellow you use. Let's just use this green. Use a small brush because they're tiny.
The details.
And we're coming to the finishing touches soon. So
Crazy.
I do like to leave I just paint the background quite plain because I know that the Sippers kids are so creative and they can think of their own backgrounds and do their own.
So true. We've gone for like a nice pale yellow.
Yeah, we
It's
kind
almost
of,
like a
it's
button.
an Easter colour, isn't
Yeah,
it?
so
Yellow.
true.
So we went for a very pale yellow.
What about bright
that was
pink? Dark
good,
blue?
bright pink, yeah.
Purple would be great. It's one of my favourite colours.
And of course you can then do the butterfly as well. So the butterfly, I'm going to paint the background first. The butterfly, use that same brown that you did the outline, and outline the butterfly. So you can actually do it now. Let me just do it now. Why not?
It's not wasting any paint.
And then I'll have to paint around it. But usually you paint the background first and then paint the butterfly. So you can paint the butterfly, outline, and I did orange butterflies because I just matched my carrot. I did orange and yellow butterflies.
So there's lots of matching in this painting.
But you could do purple, yeah, you could do red. With the body. But you can paint now the background. Now this is the first time we're using our big brush. As I said at the beginning, we use big brushes for large areas of the canvas. So grab your big brush. Choose your colour background. So I've got very pastel yellow. And I've painted the whole thing with this big brush. So you go paint it all. You might be able to get certain areas. If it's too hard to get around certain areas, you can go in with your medium brush. So have a go at mixing your colours. So you can, as Elliot said, you can have a pink background, any colour background you want. So I'm going to take some white to the side. Take quite a lot because we've got to paint a large area. And I'm going to use a little bit of yellow and make a pastel yellow. If it's not pastel enough, you need to add some more. There we go. Mix it in. Once you've mixed it, paint that background. So you want to make quite a lot. You can add a bit of water to it.
This way you really can go for it. Let yourself loose now.
Yep, go all the way up to the lines. Be careful not to paint over really the lines, but you can always top up the brown outline if you do go over it, so it's fine. It's okay if you go over something, go over and around.
So I threw out to you little sippers to see if you could guess the other 7 characters that were in this
wonderful story.
I would say is it a wonderful story? Is it a classic? Classic fairy tale?
It is.
It is. Could you give me 7 more names? We got someone saying they got a few of them. We've got Gary McAnally saying Floppies, Mopsy, Cottontails, Tiggy, and Winkle. Not bad. Got a few. I'm liking that. Didn't get all 7, but I do like that. I do like
Very
that you
good.
had an attempt.
That's quite a lot, isn't
That's
it?
a lot. That's a
lot
lot.
to get.
Well done. Someone is a super fan. So I'll tell you what they were. There were 7 in total, not including, obviously, Peter Rabbit. So we've got Benjamin Bunny. Did you get that? Did you get that? You missed that one. What about this? Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. They were the 3 other bunnies. I can't remember one. They're a trio. They're a trio. And then we had Tom Kitten. Hey, I'm Tom Kitten. And then we had Mr. Jeremy Fisher. There's a little frog chilling. And then we had Mrs. Tiggy Winkle.
Yay.
Oh, little hedgehog. And then, of course, Squirrel Nutkin. Did you get that one? Squirrel Nutkin? And then, this is the one you remembered. The duck.
Oh, yeah.
Jemima Puddle Duck. They were all the extra
I was trying to
characters
remember the
inside.
name of
You
Jemima.
were close. At least you remember. You said a duck that had a headgear on.
A little hat, bonnet, a little bonnet.
It was Jemima Puddle. That's who she was.
So paint all the way around with your colour. Move your canvas however you need to. I like to use the edge of the brush and go around. So can you see the flat edge of the brush? I'm putting it up against and dragging it round. That's a lot easier using the whole flat edge. Upside down. See, this is why I paint it usually on, paint the butterflies afterwards, because you have to try and paint around a butterfly.
This is good. We're all having a bit of a play today. We're just playing, we're having a bit of fun, trying out something new.
I'm running out of white. Who's running out of white?
It always happens. White paint is always the first to go in every art kit. If you get the art
You have to get a
sippers,
big one.
we're going to see if we can get a bigger one in there next time.
I feel like they should give
Size order for what you use.
whenever they get that we buy for whenever you buy a pack of paints, the white should be 3 times the size.
Not a bad shout. I think we're going to have to
Because
start creating
otherwise,
our
well,
own
that's probably good.
paints and making sure that the white is the largest one in there.
One day we'll make our own paints.
Watch this space. Art Sippers Paints coming soon.
And I'll do a huge white and fluorescent pink in every pack.
It's coming. You've heard it here first.
And a good orange. That's also a good orange is quite hard to find sometimes. Or purple. Should find them. There we go. I'm using the last scraps of paint. Maybe I'll use a little bit of water. Let's go further. So go round. Make sure you get as close as you can. As I said, you can add your own little greenery, grass area, flowers.
Have a little dip. Last question for you sippers, because I know you love it. I know you do. What's a rabbit's favourite playground game? What do they love to play? Think about it. Don't overthink it. What's their favourite game they like to play? I think it was one of my favourite games back in primary school, to be fair. And this is a rabbit's favourite. Think about it. What do they do?
Oh, I know. That's what I know.
You gonna let the sippers know?
You're gonna tell them, yeah? You're gonna tell
I'll give them 30 seconds. I'll give them 30 seconds. While they're doing their background. Are you going a bit crazy, doing a different colour background? Or are you sticking with the nice mellow yellow?
So if you have joined us at a later date, don't worry, you can still get involved in winning some prizes. We are giving a prize to people that upload their photos and tag us.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have joined in with today's show, you can tag us at Sippers Kids on Instagram. And you can even hashtag
Art Sippers Kids Challenge.
Art Sippers Kids Challenge, and we're giving away a prize to the kids that upload their work. It's a very brave thing to do.
It really is. It really is. We are trying to encourage confidence with creativity. Be a creative confidence, guys. So pop your artwork on your socials and just give us a tag. And then give us a hashtag. Art Sippers Kids Challenge. And whoever does that, we will put your name in the hat to win one of the Art Sippers Kids experience boxes.
Yeah, I'm not sure when we'll draw it. Figure out the day to draw it.
For the next show. That's a good show.
That's okay, yeah. Okay. You can paint in your butterfly and finishing touches now. So actually I'm just going to use a tiny bit more of that background colour to fill in some of the areas like between the ears I couldn't reach. So definitely use your small brush to do them little areas that you couldn't reach. Maybe all the way close up here. There we go. Maybe
See, this is what happens, guys. You start and you get to this stage where you're like, I'm quite proud of what I've created, and hopefully you feel proud too.
yeah.
You're doing the finishing touch.
Even if it doesn't look exactly like mine, it's great if yours is unique and different. Do the little bits around the tail. If you want to get a little bit more depth in that tail, you can add a little bit of fluff in grey if you wanted to. A little bit of off-white grey. And I'm just going to do the last little bit of the butterfly. So I'm actually going to paint this butterfly orange and yellow. So a little bit of yellow in their wings. You can add as many butterflies as you want. I've just added one to show you. And let's do a bit of orange in there too. Blend in some of them colours together.
We've gone for a bit of a two-tone action now. In yellow and orange, I like that. I do love seeing butterflies. Apparently they're good luck. So if you see a butterfly and it flaps in your path, it's a good sign.
Yeah. Peaceful.
So you've done 4 or 5 butterflies. How many butterflies are you going to do, Sippers?
There we go.
And I like the way you did the loop-de-loop.
Yeah.
So you've got the direction of where they've gone. That's really cool.
So yeah, this one's gone. This is using the same brown kind of colour.
So just little dashes.
Yeah, tiny little dashes. Going round.
I think that's really
Wait
quirky.
for your background to dry though before you do that, because it doesn't really apply very well.
So that's with the same brown.
Same brown. And you can do as many as you like. You can do some coming up here, some over here, a little bumblebee, whatever you like. Okay, final touch is to do a little signature. Sign your work. This is your work. So you can use one of your colours. I'm actually going to just use some of the brown that I used earlier. And do a little sign. My initials, JP.
JP.
JP. Make sure your paint's kind of wet. There we go. Yay!
Love it. See, we've done it. We've done it.
We have done it. You have
Hey!
completed. Take your time to add your own little bits to the background if you want to. And yeah, let us know how you got on. Make sure to give us a little like and subscribe, of course. We are on YouTube.
We are live. We're really
You'll
live.
see all of our other free shows come up on our channel. So every time we do a free show, if you subscribe, you'll get notified that we've got a new one.
So the last joke, Joe, I want you to tell me, because you said you got this one right. The question was, where... No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was, what's a rabbit's favourite playground game? They play this. This is their favourite. And I wanted to know if you said hopscotch.
Jump. Scotch.
Hunt, jump, bounce, scotch.
That's it.
It's hopscotch.
Hop,
Did you guys play that at school? I love that game. Let's play
Hop,
that.
skip, jump.
Hop, skip, jump.
That's it.
There we go.
Hop.
Hopscotch. You've got a hop and all that stuff.
I was quite good at that.
They love it. So yes, guys, thanks for taking part in our artifacts and our dad jokes.
Yes.
Done really well. Oh, Gary McAnally, you got it right with hopscotch. I like that. Well done. So like I said, we're going to be doing these regular. So find out more information if you subscribe and just pay attention to Art Sippers Kids on the socials. You'll find us.
All right. Is that everything?
I think so.
Okay.
Make sure you send in your
Thank you so
artworks. Hashtag
Thank you to
Art Sippers
Judith
Kids
and Gary,
Challenge.
who was here joining us today.
Sending our love to the Sippers family.
Yes, and sip, sip.
Hooray.
Thanks,
Stay
guys.
curious, Sippers.
Yes, and stay creative.
Till next time. See you later.
I wanna take control and dance my love. I have a melody in my voice.